All right, and welcome back to another episode of Through the Customer Lens, where we're sitting down, we're analyzing the different insurance websites that we see all across the insurance industry and how agents are utilizing websites to engage with their customers, prospects, and customers alike to improve the customer experience. And today, we pulled up Sharp Insurance, located out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And just so you guys know, maybe you're watching this is the first time you've seen a video like this, the way we find websites is I just randomly just go insurance agency in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I just pick the first one or two that's not an ad, and I just go to it, and voila, we take a look at it. And good, bad, or indifferent, we just analyze it. And the goal is not to just rip people who have these websites, but try to give constructive criticism both to them and also to you. Maybe we haven't got to your website yet, and you're like, well, maybe am I doing some of these same things? So how should I optimize my website? So that's the whole point and purpose of this video series. And I'm joined by Sean here, my cohort in crime here at GloveBox, and we're going to take a look at Sharp Insurance. So Sean, what are your initial thoughts here? Maybe I share my screen. We're doing it live.
I'm excited about this one. I think this one is both fun. I think this one highlights so many different nuances. And from the agency standpoint, they've done so many good things on this website. It's that like, it's the last little 5%. But the very first thing I noticed, and if you refresh the page and go back to the top, there we go. I love the little tram going down there. I'm definitely curious about Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that is cool.
I thought it was AI. I like that. My hunch is this is a Steelers fan. We've got the Steelers colors right here. So obviously,
or maybe they're just smart to say maybe they're just smart and they're like, I hate the Steelers, but I know everybody else loves them.
Everyone likes
them.
I'm a Denver Bronco fan, so that doesn't work well. But visually, right out of the gates, I really like it. I like the tram going down. I think it's not too much movement. It's kind of nice, kind of fun. I like the little bouncing icons. They're not too busy for me. The whole page is not that busy. There's certainly some things as we dig into it that we go, something feels a little disjointed, but visually scanning looks nice. It looks great.
Yeah, I like the fact that they have just one call to action here. There's a lot of social media icons, which maybe you put those down at the bottom. I don't know if it's that important to put it up top. I just would lead with just one call to action up here. Mm-hmm. If people want to find you on social, they will. And so that's maybe. And so I like that they have just the one thing. Where should we begin? Where should we go?
I actually don't know why, but I skipped over this. I'm now curious. Get started to do what? What is get started? Okay,
yeah.
Cool. So we've got a bunch of different quoting options. Cool. Yeah, do they want you to get quotes here? So this is where it starts to kind of break down for me. This is busy. We're just throwing everything at them. Auto and home quote, auto quote only, which just shows that it's not their fault for doing this. It's that they don't have a good system to be able to intelligently deliver like an intelligent form. So you're forced to put a bunch of links on with individual forms, which it's the best most people can do if they don't have a client portal where they can group these into one spot and intelligently grab them. So, and I'm pumped you clicked on this one. This is what we don't see very often.
Yeah, this is, I'll be honest with you, this is long. This is really long. And that's not a that's what she said joke. This is really long. I want to keep this PG. There's too much here. I filled out prostate exam applications that were shorter than this.
I think this highlights the state of insurance right now. Is we are thinking about these things from our perspective, from the agency perspective. Yes, it would be great if the client filled that out. It really would be. But I don't think the client's going to do it. I think it's too much info. Obviously, you need it, but some of this starts to get into I'm not sure if I want to go put my date of birth in, my address, my family's date of birth. I probably don't even have it all right here for me. So does the form save? Definitely not, because it's not logged in anywhere. Do you know how far they got to reach out and say, hey, we didn't get through this? It is a lot of info. So I think in theory, yeah, this would be great. But in practice, do clients really go fill this out, or do they go, oh, you know what? I didn't realize I was going to need to get my wife's driver's license number. I'll call them back later. Or, maybe I'll just go to Geico real quick and I'll get walked through this, step by step. And it'll say,
a little less friction. I think there's a couple points I would make here. one is there's a lot of questions here that you could probably just find out through a sales process. You don't need to get it on the form. Two, for the information you do need to get, I mean, go compare this to another online experience like a Geico or Progressive. They're asking one or two questions at a time, and then they're moving the page. Like, there's something to that psychologically that makes a little bit more sense. And three, I think would be really interesting because, I mean, surely we're giving opinions here, but maybe this page kills it. I have no idea. But what I would encourage the agency owner to go do is to go look at their Google Analytics and see what's the bounce rate on this page. Like, that really tells the story of, you know, we got 100 people to visit this page last month, but we got one request. Well, that's because 99 of them were like, we don't want to fill this stuff out. So that would be maybe my encouragement here. It's just a lot. If you figure out what are the deal breakers, because you and I on these previous videos, we'll almost critique and say people's forms are too shallow.
Yeah.
So there is a happy medium, like not too. It's got to be like Goldilocks, right? Not too hot, not too cold, but just right. You got to find out what that balance is. What are the real knockout questions that you want to disqualify them on, and just focus on the things that you really need to get, and then let your sales process kind of handle the rest.
Yeah, you don't want to reel them in too hard.
You don't want to lose people here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing that I loved on this is the policy services menu right at the top there. If we just click on that to just go to the main page that this is on. Again, we're really trying on this page to say, hey, do you need to go to our client portal? Do you need to go to our online payments or online claim filing? We're trying to navigate them as best we can without the proper tool set to really effectively do it. But I think when you look at this from a client perspective, you know, they're going to come here, they're probably going to hit the policy services, and then, you know, first thing I would think is, well, let's go to the client portal. The client portal.
Yeah, I mean, before we jump to all this, I mean, to me, I call this the Billy Mays effect. It's, but wait, there's more. Like, there's always, but wait, there's more. Let me show you the more here. And it just, the complexity of choice is a killer. Like, there's just too much. It's too much. It's like, you know, it's like when I first started dating my wife. It was just like, she'd be like, okay, this is a little much. Like, you don't need to, you know, it's only the first date, Nick. Like, that's what this is. You gotta ease them into it a little bit, you know. So, like, what we want to go to client portal? Is that where
let's check client? Well, yeah, I think that's where people would go first, don't you? Like, okay, cool. There's a lot of options. I'm gonna go to the client portal.
Sean, this is not a client portal.
This is not a client portal. This is a web page with two buttons, a questionnaire, and a document upload. You know, this one, it just, you know, I don't know what you mean, but it kind of made me laugh. You know, I imagine the letdown of a client when they're going, oh, okay, cool, I need to get something done. I finally found the website. Oh, great, there's a client portal. Like, I can log in, I can get this stuff done. And then you're going to get here, and you're not going to be able to do anything. So you're going to go back to the last page. And then you're going to go, okay, what I needed to do was I needed to pay a bill. Like, bill pay we use all the time. Bill pay is great. It's very common. And the theme of insurance is great. Let's go pay a bill. Who's your carrier with? Like, wouldn't it be nice if we told them, oh, you're with auto owners? I
thought my carrier was Sharp Insurance. Where are they at?
You know, and all the while, if they've made it this far, they're looking at that phone number at the top right of the screen, or they're scrolling to the bottom to think, should I just call and get this done? But we know this one, you know, this is redundant, broken record. They're going to go click the pay a bill link and go try and pay a bill. And we know they're not going to be able to because you need your policy number, but that's the biggest friction. Clients now frustrated. They might not even have auto owners. They might have had auto owners 2 years ago. And now they're with Progressive or Travelers. But this one's interesting. Not everyone does this, but they're promoting the mobile apps for the carrier. And I think that's a big miss in the independent space. Independent agents spend so much time and money to develop the relationship, the branding of who they are. They want you want to be the one they call. When a client thinks insurance, they need to be calling you or going to you. Calling or emailing is the status quo way of doing things. So it's really not the way to do things moving forward. But when you tell them, hey, just go get the auto owners app, just go get the Progressive app, you become a ghost in the process. And look right here now.
Yeah, and I think also, I think what's also missing here is that I think you hinted at it, is I had auto owners last year. I don't have them anymore, but I don't necessarily remember that because, as an independent agent, you've got 20 different options you can put me within. Because auto owners had a huge rate increase last year, I'm just fictitiously making up the scenario, of course, that the agency moved me, and I don't remember that information, but I still have the auto owners app on my phone. And or another common scenario is I have auto owners for my home, but I have Progressive for my auto because of whatever circumstance, and so it's still with one agency, and so it gets confusing.
It's fragmented.
Not everybody has every policy with the same carrier, so not only do you change carriers, but you also have segmented carriers and fragmented carriers. And that's why, we often hear people will say, in the sales process when we're talking about GloveBox, they'll say, well, I'll just download the carrier app, Nick. I don't need your app. I'll just tell my clients to download the carrier app. It's like, well, what happens when you move them? What happens when they're split?
They got a phone full of apps. Which one do they click on? Again, we forget to think about the policyholder and that they don't. We have the curse of knowledge in insurance. We know how it works, and the agency doesn't. But Nick, you hit on it. Click on the mobile app link again. I think this is a really key point. If you're thinking about sending people to the carrier apps, look at the reviews. 3 stars. 3 stars is actually good for most carriers. A lot of them are lower. And if we were to look at the reviews and read the reviews, I bet some of them are quite comical. That you're shipping your client off to someone else to manage your customer's experience. So it's just it's not congruent with what the value prop of independent insurance is we're going to help you manage your insurance across of these different carriers. We can mix and match and move you around to get you the best rates and the best coverage that you need, and we're here to help. Once you're in the door and we've sold you, good luck. You can come to our website. You won't be able to get anything done. You're going to have to call and email us, or hey, we're going to ship you to the carrier app, and the app is inconsistent across all of these different platforms. That you're forcing the client to remember what app to download for what policy, when they have it. Delete this app because you don't have it anymore. Get used to the Progressive experience when you're used to the auto owners. Now you're with Nationwide. Download that app again, and here's your policy number to log in. The policy holders need to be handheld. They need to have a single point to log in, and then intelligent forms that are populated with the data that we already know on the customer to be able to very easily just get something done and move it to the agency's plate, and the agency gets it on a silver platter. Here's what I need to complete. Now we're done.
Yeah, I like this. I like the fact that they have an auto ID card request because they're probably getting those quite often because there's nowhere else for them to get it. But the experience of this also feels very fragmented and hard. Again, I don't remember my company name. I thought it was Sharp Insurance. I don't remember my policy number. Gosh, I don't remember my kid's birthday half the time. Which vehicle?
But Nick,
I don't know,
they're not required
fields.
Those aren't required. They can put their name and email and phone in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the key here is that it's Saturday. I need an ID card. When does this request land? And how quick do I get it back? It's probably not really quick.
Just even on this policy change request, I've never seen this. What's my policy expiration date? I don't know.
I don't even know what I have.
I got no clue.
Yeah.
I got no clue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The beautiful part about this one is the site is so ready to go. It looks great. It's just subtle tweaks. It's just these subtle tweaks that will streamline and funnel in the client to one spot to do things. And that makes all the difference in the world. It really does in terms of client experience. They're happier. They're in. They're out. They're going to refer you more. You're going to get more referrals. Reviews, testimonials. It's easy to call out right here too. Nothing wrong with the template, but I noticed this is a Brightfire website. Brightfire is fantastic. They do a great job building websites. We're very close with them. They actually build specific GloveBox templates for their clients to make this very easy for them when they're using GloveBox to just go, hey, we have GloveBox now. We need to tweak our page. So you don't have to be a web developer to come in and think about this. Our goal, obviously plugging GloveBox here and even Brightfire is that you don't need to be a web expert. Be an expert in insurance. Work with the right partners that can help you optimize and help you tweak and help you get engagement the right way. Because again, you focus on insurance, and you can tell there's a lot of this here, and it's not Brightfire's fault, it's not the agency's fault. There just haven't been a lot of tools to get quotes and service requests done because there's so many different workflows, and each workflow potentially needs to go to the carrier or it needs to go to the agency, and you need specific data points on each one of those interactions. And without centralizing it in a login to know who you're with, like what the details are, you're forced to do what we're seeing on this website, is have a ton of different forms to handle every different scenario. And what that does is it just creates a little bit of confusion for the client. And we know what confusion leads to. It leads to searching for a phone number or email.
Yeah. What do you think about this? I mean, I'm sure if we spent a ton of time on the site, we could find more. But maybe we just end it with this. Like, what do you think about this? Like, we saw the detailed quote option, right? Which is, sacrificial firstborn, blood oath, all of the above. Like, what? But they have this up here: get a quote and it's only the name, email, phone. What do you think about that kind of separate experience?
This is probably the one that gets clicked the most because you can't even see the one below. And get a quote and get a detailed quote. What's the difference? From a policyholder standpoint, they have no idea. Obviously,
am I going to get a rate?
What am I going to get? Can I really get anything with my name and email? Not really. Basically, this is just grab a number at the DMV. We'll get to you when we get to you.
Yeah. I mean, when I think of detailed quote, just on verbiage here, I think, okay, well, I must be able to get a rate if I submit all this information.
Right.
Like, you're going to show me a price then.
Right.
It's detail. I spent all that time giving you the details. You're going to give me a price now? Like, or do I still have to talk to somebody? Which is fine. You want them to talk to you, but it's the experience of the customer. What is the customer thinking here? And how, when you finally get them on the phone, what's their mood like? To your point, like, the DMV is a great example. Not, go to the DMV, you have to wait 3 hours. You're probably not too pleasant at the window, and they know that. So, anyways, anything else here before we wrap this one up, Sean?
Yeah, I think this one's good.
All right. I mean, if you're watching this and this is your site, I mean, I hope you understand we're just trying to help. And if you're watching this and you're like, oh man, I'm doing the same stuff on my website, hopefully you stop or you rethink about it. So, with that being said, we'll see you guys on the next video.